Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the HermitCraft Feed the Beast server. So, yep, we were playing around with the auto spawner last episode and that was pretty cool. We were spawning all those penguins and all that stuff. I've been getting all these swords from the zombie pigman and I can just go ahead and throw those into my electric furnace here. We get 2 gold ingots and it looks like every one of these swords is 100% durability, so we don't even have to combine them. The only problem is they don't stack in the AE system. What's going on here? Ghost swords. Yeah, they don't stack in the AE system because they have different enchantments. So I don't know if there's a way I can specify like an export bus into a furnace so every sword that we get automatically gets exported, or if they're all going to be different because they have the different enchantments. I haven't really tried any of that stuff, so I don't know. But it is something that's pretty cool to think about. We're getting quite a lot of gold. Not only are we getting all the gold nuggets from those guys, but those gold swords on top of it really speeds up the entire process if we're trying to farm gold, which we really don't need at the moment. We have quite a lot. So I did get rid of all of my gold chests out here, and I removed a couple of these indexers that we didn't need anymore. Now I just have the one indexer here that has all of those bees, which is pretty cool. This does cause me a drop down frame rate. There's just a lot of different bees here. I don't know if it's like the ones that have the special glowy effect on them causes that, or just the fact that there's just so many in here. But yeah, that does seem to slow down, cause a little bit of client side frames per second lag issue. Okay, so today I wanted to work a little bit more on this applied energistics stuff. Or I'm sorry, not applied energistics stuff, Mine Factory Reloaded stuff. I added this glass surround up here because I was spawning some zombie pigmen, and I guess they were just barely catching the side of the stone blocks and walking out. So I put the glass around there just to kind of contain them inside that area. So that seems to be working pretty good. I was just filling up the monster essence we have here, so we are completely full. I don't really have anywhere to store this stuff. I don't have like an iron tank or a quantum tank or anything like that to store that oil in. You know, I suppose I could check out the Zycraft tanks. I still haven't played around with those at all. That would be pretty cool to do. But what I want to do today is check out some of the other items in the Mine Factory Reloaded mod. Okay, so I made a few more patterns and I want to check out some of these items. So let's go back to page 10 here. Yeah. There's a Safari Net launcher. That sounds pretty cool. Let's make one of those. So a Safari Net launcher. Let's make one. Nice. And I suppose I need some more Safari nets. Got a penguin, a mushroom, and that forest bunny. Let's make a new one. Okay, where is that one? There it is. Right. So how does this guy work? If I take the Safari Net launcher, it's like a gun. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I just right click it and it shoots. Okay, yeah, there we go. If I have a Safari Net, it shoots it. That's pretty cool. Okay, so the reason why you'd want to use one of those launchers, I guess if you have a mob that's you don't want to get close to, for one, but I've been trying to, or I tried this before, putting one of these villagers in a Safari Net, and it didn't quite work. You right click on them, and you go into this inventory screen, you shift click on them, you still go into that inventory screen. This guy in particular I would like to do because this is the villager that I don't care about. This one is the one that I do care about, because the final trait on this guy is the proven frames, which means he will never X them out. Like this guy over here, he's got the emeralds for the proven frames. These are X'd out. They're the first trade. So in order to get that un-X'd out, I would have to trade him some of these other things. But I could always get these apiaries from him with the oak wood. So this is the bee villager that I don't really care about. So let's see. If I take a Safari Net launcher, can I... Oh, I got him in there. Nice. Okay, so I have a villager, health 5 in the Safari Net. Right. So now is the question, if I go up here and use the auto spawner, do I get more villagers? Which I would assume I do, but if I do the exact copy, will I get another bee villager? Okay, so let's check that out. So if I come in here, I need to grab my auto spawner. Yep, this guy. So let's put that on the ground. I need to grab a liquid tesseract again. I didn't get this prepared. Sorry, guys. And an energy tesseract. Okay, so let's put the liquid tesseract here. And am I going to have ghost blocks again? Or are these going to actually be the real blocks this time? We'll put that there. Okay, good. So liquid tesseract. I want owner only, receive only, monster essence. Okay, so that'll fill that up. And then we just need to give this some power. So let's do some MJ1 action. Awesome. Okay, so spawn exact copy. No, let's see what happens. Villager, villager, villager. Oh, that is awesome. That is really awesome. Okay, so if I do spawn exact copy, do we get B villagers only? B villager? B villager. Okay, okay, okay. So now I got 3 apiarists, and they are the same exact villager with the same trades and the same one locked out. Look at that. Okay, so if I go downstairs and I grab my other bee villager, the one that I really like, I could always spawn more of them and have, you know, many villagers. I don't have to worry about them dying. That is really cool. Now I got villagers here. Okay, so let's do that. I want to go downstairs, get a copy of my good villager, put him in the safari net, and just always make sure that I can spawn a new one, just in case something happens. Oh, he looks sad in the corner over there. Okay, so let me put this one back here. That's really awesome. And let me... Pink. Nice. Okay, so this is the good villager. This is the one where I can always get the proven frames from. Not like I ever really use the proven frames anymore, but it's always good to have something like that where you can automatically get those. Yeah, we got villagers everywhere now. Okay, so let's put this in here. Ooh, this has a health of 20. The other guy had a health of 5. Okay, so exact copy. There it is. Emeralds for proven frames. That is really awesome. I wonder if there's other villagers out there that have really good trades that we could copy. So, like, maybe, I don't even know. That's something I'm going to have to actually look into. What do you have? You have books for an emerald. Oh, there you go. You could get a villager that has a really cheap trade for an emerald, copy him, and then, you know, spam those trades over and over and over again, and I guess send them on their way when they stop trading you. What do you have over here? You have 4 emeralds for leather. That is a very bad trade. And look at all these guys around here. This is awesome. And you want an emerald for some cooked pork chops. And what do you want? You want 4 emeralds for iron boots? Yeah, not very good trades. Okay, well that is pretty awesome. Which one was my good villager? Was it this one? Maybe, nope, that's a bad one. Is it you? No, you. Yes, that's the one that I want. So let me grab this copy of him. And let's go see if we can put him downstairs. Nice. Hopefully I don't kill him. Sometimes these guys take falling damage with the portal guns. Let's head down here. Come on, buddy. Whoop. All right. So that's the copy. And this is the original right here. That is really, really cool. I like that. So I wonder what other NPCs or mobs would require the Safari Net launcher like that. Actually, I wonder, can we copy iron golems? That's something interesting. So let's see if we do I have any pumpkins? I don't even think I do. No, I'm going to have to head over to spawn. Let's head over to where Jassassin's base is, or I guess the spawn area. And let's go grab a pumpkin from him. I know he's got like thousands of the things. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Yeah, look at that. 130,000 pumpkins. That's ridiculous. Okay, just need one. Okay, So I need to eat some food so I can sprint. We can head back to the base. I have plenty of iron blocks. It would be very interesting to see if we could do that with the iron golems. Okay, let's head back here. Now, I've heard that you really can't do the safari nets with mobs that you make yourself, but I don't know if you can do it with the safari net launcher or not, so this will be interesting anyway. So we'll do an iron block. I need, what is it, 5? Yeah, I don't remember. Let's just take more than what we need just in case. Alright, so let us make an iron golem. So like that, like that, like that. Oop, sprinting. And finally, we need one of you. Very good. Okay, so I need another safari net. Let's make one. Awesome. Okay, so if I shoot the Pokeball at you, what happens? Hey, it did work. Villager Golem, health 100. Yeah, see, I've been told that you can't do this. So if you can do that, does that mean you can do it with snowmen too? Not like it really matters, but... Oh, I don't have a pumpkin, do I? Okay, well, let us put this iron golem in here. Spawn exact copy, no. Look at that. Okay, so we just broke the game. So... Are you gonna get... Oh, look at him. He gets angry at me. I thought the ones that you spawned yourself weren't supposed to get angry, but... Yeah, I guess these are... You know, ones that think that they're protecting these villagers around or something. So that's pretty cool. Okay. And let's just... Should I get rid of that one? No, I have the safari net here. Okay. Very awesome. Now, what else could we try? I know there's other mobs that I'd like to try. Okay, well, tell you guys what. Give me 1 minute here. I'm going to think about this for a second. I'm sure there's something else that'd be pretty cool to check out with this auto spawner. So I will be right back. Okay, guys, so here we are in the Twilight Forest. And apparently, since Ultimate 1.0.1 in the new version... a lot of these mobs have sounds now. Like, I don't remember hearing that creepy little laugh from these guys before. Hey, don't touch me. So I have a few of these safari nets. Let's see what we can do here. Let's grab you. Nice. Let's grab that thing. Don't care about that spider, really. Now, I know there's also, like, these red guys around here. What is this? It's just a spider thing. Yeah, there's other mobs in the Twilight Forest I'm actually kind of interested to see if we can grab and then maybe farm. How do I get out of here, though? Yeah, here we go. Hollow Hill, yep. Yeah, there's a lot of different things around here. And I was also noticing these bugs right here. These guys play their weird sound now. I know they didn't do that before. Kind of annoying, but... It's kind of cool they've now, you know, actually play their sounds again. So what else can we get? Yeah, there's a maze over here. I think that's actually a new maze. Let me go back. Where is Twilight Exit over here? And let's head to the Twilight Exit because over here is that one maze that we went and explored before. Right? So it should be somewhere. Is it that one right here? I thought it was closer, actually. So this is how we get into the Twilight Forest. Yeah, it's right there. Maze lower level. I'm sure there's probably some other Twilight mobs in here that we can get. Yeah, there's one of those guys, the cows. Okay, let me just... Wait, hey. What are you guys doing spawning out here anyway? Oh, no, I picked up the wrong one. That's awesome. Come here, you. Oh, I'm missing. Okay, I picked that one up. Let me grab these guys again. Nice. So, I wonder why it launches that. Maybe let me go ahead and put that in my ender pouch so I don't accidentally throw that again. Whoop, missed. Guess we'll just grab that guy. That's fine. Okay, so now we have the Minotaur, and we have whatever those other guys are called. What are these things called? Red caps. Okay, very good. I probably want to grab maze slimes, right? I think those things drop, oh, the charm of keeping, so it might be worth it to actually come in here and try and find one. I'm pretty sure I've been all throughout this maze, and tell you what, guys, I will find maze slime, and we will be right back. Alright guys, so I went and I collected a bunch more mobs from the Twilight Forest, just kind of playing around and seeing what we could get, and I ended up getting quite a few of these. So I got a pinch beetle from that maze, I got the Minotaur, which we saw, I got the red cap, I think we also saw that, I just grabbed a wild deer because why not, I grabbed 4 squirrels, so now we can spawn squirrels if we wanted to, bighorn sheep, what else, tiny bird, these are kind of adorable. We got that maze slime. I got a large one, health of 32. I don't know if it's always going to spawn a large one or if it has a chance of spawning the very smallest ones unless we set it to the exact copy. I found out that you can actually catch fireflies with these safari nets. These are just like little glowy things. Got a skeleton druid. This guy was riding a giant spider. I guess it's called a king spider. These things are really big. Let's check that out. Let's see if we can spawn one of these guys. Yep, that's a big old spider. Now, I wonder if this guy becomes friendly in the daytime or if he's always going to be angry at me. Well, he's angry now. Let's see. Let me just kind of get away from him for a moment. The sun should be coming up near torches, so, you know, if it does become friendly... Nope, doesn't look like he's going to become friendly. It's probably always angry, kind of like the cave spiders, I would imagine then. Yep, he doesn't like me. Okay, let's kill him off. Come on now. Get out of here, spider. 2 hits with the JJ. Okay, guy's got a lot of health. Pretty cool. So, yeah, and then we had the skeleton druid guy. Let's do one of those. Yeah, those guys shoot out poison. Okay, let's just get rid of him. Is that torchberries? What does he drop there? Yeah, torchberry, pretty cool. Okay, so we saw the skeleton druid, and we've seen the king spider. I'm kind of interested about these fireflies. I don't know how you would spawn these in, or what happened. So let's spawn some fireflies. Okay, there we go. We got some fireflies around. I don't really want to spawn every firefly in the game. Now, can you kill these things, or are they going to be here for forever? Oh no. What have I done? Can I kill it? I don't think you can kill these things. Well, I wonder if these things actually will despawn, though. Oh, maybe I did kill it. Oh, okay. Very hard to hit, though. Oh, man. Well, hopefully they despawn. Yeah, I got a bunch of fireflies around here now. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we've seen the fireflies. Tiny birds. Yep, let's go ahead and spawn some of those in. Okay. Yeah, they make the little tweety sounds. I don't think they did that before. A lot of the Twilight Forest mobs, they didn't really make any sounds before, but now they do. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's do the maze slime. Let's see if we get a big one. That's the little guy. But that's still pretty cool, because if I can spawn these guys in, that means I could make a farm for the charms of keeping. Is that what they are? Kill you? Okay, very good. Now, that was a medium-sized one that I spawned in. Are they always going to be medium-sized? Let me try spawning a couple of more. And those seem like they're medium-sized, but I don't know if they're always going to be medium-sized. Now, I suppose the next question is going to be, do these things actually drop the charms of keeping, or is that only going to drop in the Twilight Forest? I haven't seen one yet, but I don't know how often they do drop them, or if they only come from the really large-sized ones. Well, let me spawn a few more of these and see what we can do. Well, that's a big one. Okay, big guy. Now we got 2 of the smaller guys. Still no charms of keeping. Kill you and you. This is awesome. Yeah, I didn't get a charm of keeping yet. Bunch of slimes. Oh, yeah, that's right. These guys do actually hurt you, so let me try and kill them off. Without destroying everything around here, actually. Some slime balls. Yeah, no charms of keeping. That's interesting. I might have to put them over by the grinder. It seems like the grinder will, you know, get the rare drops. Okay, so that's something to play around with. Very cool, very cool. Okay, so what else? Oh, I still got one over here. Oops, killed the grass. Knew that was going to happen. Alright, let's fix that up real quick. Okay, so I also got some other pretty cool mobs here. Yeah, there's the maze slime. Bighorn sheep. Oh, it says wool orange on it. That's interesting too. I didn't notice that before. Forest squirrel, wild deer, redcap, minotaur. Let's spawn a pinch beetle. Let's see what these guys do in the overworld. He's just gonna come over here and pick me up? That's awesome. Just gonna pick me up and carry me around. How's it going? Now, if I put on my engine, can I fly? Can I jump? Nope. He can't do anything when he's got me. Okay, very good. Let me just kill him off then. 2 hits. Nice. I wonder if those guys drop something. I wonder if they drop anything rare. That'd be pretty cool to see. Okay, so I think that is pretty much... well, no, let's spawn a red cap. Let's check these guys out too. Let's do maybe like 2 of these guys. These might be interesting to farm, actually. I think they drop some pretty good stuff. Yeah, they drop an iron pickaxe. What else? Is that it? Iron boots. And coal. Okay, so that's decent stuff that we could farm with them. Oh, but low durability. Yeah. Okay, well, maybe I'll try and set something up with the maze slimes, see if we can, you know, farm the charms of keeping off of them. That would be pretty cool if we could do that. I might even set that auto spawner here, and we could use this same area to do it in. Alright, well, give me a few minutes. I'm going to hook that up, and we will be right back. Okay, so I moved the auto spawner into the same location that the pigment spawner was before. So it's got the monster essence and it's got power. Only thing I should have to do is just provide it a safari net. Where is the slime? Maze slime. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Maybe we gotta turn that off. Okay, so the idle time is coming back down. And let's see what happens. Slime? Oh, it can spawn some small ones that can escape, actually. Okay, so we're getting a bunch of slimes in here. Whoa, there's a big guy. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Now, with all these slimes in here, it should be getting enough... Oh, I don't want to be in here. Oh, I can't jump on those conveyor belts. Okay. Yeah, with all those slimes in there, it should be getting enough monster essence to keep this going, I would imagine. Okay, go on down. Now, is the grinder grinding these guys? Oh, you know, the little slimes are coming out of there. So that might be an issue. Let's see. I'm going to turn this thing off and just let it kill what it has already. I am interested in seeing, you know, if the monster essence will be able to keep up. Yeah, look at that. We are getting monster essence, so that's good. Now, we're going to have a lot of monster essence here in a little bit, so this should sustain itself. And I just want to see if we can get the charms of keeping, but unfortunately, all those little slimes will be escaping out of here. So, yeah, I'm going to wait for all these guys to die off, and we will be right back. Oh, man. These guys take forever to be killed and, yeah, to clear out of here. The last batch that I had here, I think it took it probably a good 5 minutes after I ended the recording for them to all die off. And this is all the drops that we're getting. It does not look like they can drop the charms of keeping. So I don't know if that is only natural spawn mobs that are in the Twilight Forest. Maybe they can only, you know, drop them if they are inside of a maze. I mean, it might even be worth it to take this setup and move it into the Twilight Forest itself inside of one of those mazes and see if that makes a difference. that's something that I should actually try at some point. It would be kind of interesting to see. But before we do that, I think we spent enough time working with the auto spawner for now. I want to move on and try a different machine. Now, I've made some more patterns for other machines here. Oh, and by the way, I don't know what happened to all those villagers that were roaming around. They seem to have disappeared. And yeah, there's also a hole in my glass here. I don't know, maybe... I'm not really sure what happened to them. Interesting. Anyway, let's check out these other machines that I have made. So if we go to... Oh yeah, I still need to fix some of these recipes too that no longer work. So let's go to this tab here. So we have an auto jukebox. That's actually... I'm pretty sure I know what that is, but I've never made one before. So let's see what it does. So another Mine Factory Reloaded item here. So an auto jukebox. So what do you do? Play. Okay. Sounds like that bird's down here, but I assume it's just right above my head. Okay, so let's grab some discs. I have a few of these. Ward, wheat, let's see, fudge, blocks. Oh, we don't have cat. Interesting. Okay, well, I think blocks is a decent one. Let's check this out. So if I put that in there, play. Okay, so why is this an auto jukebox? Is it just because you can pump in items? Let's see, disc. Let's do chirp and far. So if I put you in there, still doing blocks, stop, play. So if I take blocks out, I wonder what this inventory here is for. I can't put another disc there, play. Stop. So let's see. If we go to the Mine Factory Reloaded items here, I wonder if there's like some kind of thing that we can queue them up with. Blank. Ooh, blank record. I wonder if that's for copying. Or if you can specify tracks. Okay, hold on a second. I need to play around with this a little bit longer. Yeah, there's that bird. I need to play around with this for a minute, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I made a pattern for the blank record. Let's go ahead and check this out. So I actually messed with this off camera just a little bit, just so I can figure this out. So what the blank record does is you can just place it right here. You can place a record right there, and then you can click the record button, and it essentially duplicates the record that you already have. So if a buddy of yours has a record and you want it, you can just copy that. I was hoping there was a way you could, you know, spin up like a playlist or something and have it play a certain amount of songs on one disc or something. I think that would be pretty cool, but unfortunately, that is not how this works. So I would also imagine that you can pipe items into the auto jukebox and maybe... Wait, if you apply a redstone signal, does this play? Maybe that's why it's an auto jukebox. Let's see, redstone signal. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so that's what you can do. Now if I do this, stop. It does. Awesome. Okay, so that's pretty cool. You know, kind of useful. Maybe not necessary, but it's pretty cool to check out anyway. So let's put these away. Right, so some of the other items that were in here, I wanted to do a liquid crafter. This is supposed to be able to pretty much do any type of like, I guess fill a bucket or something like that. So let's check out how this thing works. Let's craft one of these. Okay, so stick this down. Oh, weird. So it has a bunch of different tanks. It's got a grid, template, and an output. So let's see here. Well, I have water on one of my things. So let me grab a liquid tesseract and let's put water into this. So receive only water. What does that do? That fills up a tank full of water. Now if I click on that, does that do anything? No. So maybe let's do a bucket. Okay, so if I wanted to fill a bucket with water, how would I do that? Output there. Do I have to stick... Okay, guys. So this seems a little bit simpler than what I was trying to make it, but I guess it's really not that obvious how these machines work or how this liquid crafter works. So I piped in water, right? Well, the only way you can get this to work is by specifying the recipe here. So there is no template to create. It doesn't require patterns. You fill out this grid here with what you want it to craft. It shows you here what you can craft with that. So we stick a bucket of water, and let's do some tin ingots around there. And there we go. There is a 10k coolant cell. But you can't get it out. You have to apply a redstone signal. And once you do, it crafts one, uses the tin, but you keep your bucket that had the liquid in it. So that's actually pretty cool, because that means you can save yourself, you know, wax if you're doing the wax capsules for this recipe, or the tin cells or whatever for this recipe here. So let's check out some of these other items here. We have, an auto enchanter. That's something that I'm actually pretty interested in checking out. So let's do an auto enchanter. Let's make one of these. Okay, so auto enchanter. So it looks like we can specify the level we want to enchant. It has a tank here, and it has the same thing as like the auto spawner. So I'm going to assume that we can put in books and we can put in monster essence. So let's try doing that. Let me get this guy back here. All right, stick that there. Let's pipe in some monster essence. Receive only. Some of that stuff. Okay, so the tank is full of monster essence. Now this is level 30. Now I don't know how much of this monster essence it's actually going to use, but let's try book. Yeah, let's enchant some books here. So we put here, put that in there. Oh, we can only do one at a time. Okay, so I need to give it some power too, it looks like. So let's do that. Let's give it energy tesseract. Stick that there. Receive only MJ1. Okay, so now what's happening? It has power. Oh, so this actually takes a little bit of time to work, huh? Interesting. Now I wonder if it's going to have to do this every single time it wants to enchant something. This might be one of those items that you gotta leave overnight or something. Oh man, that is draining a lot of that monster essence, isn't it? Okay, well let me go turn on those slimes out here. We'll get some more going just to make sure we don't run out. Alright, well the monster essence finally started to come in, and it looks like we are just about there. Okay, so it did something. Alright, so we got knocked back too. Oh, I just shift click all those books in there, and now I lost, I guess, 30 of them. Oh man. Okay, well, don't shift click into the enchanter. It sounds like there's a slime up above, actually. Let me go take care of that. And I think that is probably going to do it for today's episode, guys. Yeah, I really wanted to check out a lot more of the stuff that was in the Mine Factory Reloaded. And there's actually quite a lot more stuff that we haven't checked out yet. Where's that slime? Oh man, they are going everywhere. Dang it. I thought I would have fixed that. Oh no. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.